Dear students, let's continue with the second type of element, that is non-metal. Properties of metal already we have done. Now we have to start with non-metals. We know that though we have very less number of non-metals in our atmosphere, then also these non-metals have lots of importance. Without non-metals, life is not possible. Without metals we can survive, but without non-metal life would be impossible. Like, we will be taking example oxygen is very necessary. Without oxygen we cannot breathe, or oxygen is also a supporter for combustion. So oxygen is what? Oxygen, it is a non-metal. Second, we can take example of nitrogen is also very important for the growth of plant. It is also called to be as inactive gas, which help to means which do not support combustion process. So it is very important. Like, another non-metal we can take hydrogen. It is also very important gas, because combination of hydrogen and oxygen will give rise to water molecule, and water is also very essential. Next, we can take example of sulfur, or many more elements we are having, which is having great importance in our daily life. That's why without non-metals life would not be possible. So now there is need to study about the properties of non-metals. One more thing that I need to tell you, that is the importance of carbon is also a non-metal, and carbon is also having lots of importance. Like, most of the thing that we people are eating, and our body is made up of many percentage of carbon is inside our body also. Like carbohydrate that we people are taking, which give us energy, it is also a form of carbon. Like, glucose, what is the formula of glucose? Carbon C6H12O6, that is also carbon. It is also in our protein, it is also in our fats, it is also in oil. Means everywhere carbon is present. That means that carbon is also very important, and carbon is what? It is also a non-metal. So these all elements prove that what are the importance of non-metals in our daily life. Now come to the another point, that is the physical properties of non-metal. So all the non-metal are having the property just opposite of metals, because here we already have discussed about the metals, physical properties of the metal. So it would be very easy for you people to understood these non-metals. First, state of existence, means in what state these non-metals can exist. So, like, metals can exist, almost all the metal can exist only in the form of solid except mercury. But here, whenever we are talking about the non-metals, most of the non-metals exist in gaseous form. Like, here we can take example of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, chlorine, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. These all are in the gaseous form. Okay, but here we have many of the non-metal which can also exist in solid form. Like, we can take example of carbon, and one non-metal is also there that can exist in the liquid form, which is called as bromine. So it means that non-metal can exist in all the three forms, solid, liquid and gas. But if we are seeing the ratio, then gaseous, in the form of gas, they exist more number of element can exist in the form of gas at room temperature. Now, hardness. All among the non-metal, only the solid are expected to be hard. We know that the one which is in the state of solid, they can be hard. But here we have only few number of non-metal which exist in solid form. So that's why non-metals are generally soft. Only few non-metals are hard. Like, we can take example of diamond, which is allotrope of carbon. Rest all the non-metals are soft. Next is luster and shininess. Non-metals are generally dull surface. They are having dull surface. Lustrous means shininess. Metals, if we are talking about the metals are generally very shiny. Because of this property of metals are used for making jewelries like gold, silver, platinum, they are used for making jewelries, but because of the dull surface of non-metal, they are called to be as non-lustrous. But here also we are having exception is always there, always keep in mind exception is always there. Here we have one non-metal which have shiny surface, that is called to be as iodine. Okay, iodine is lustrous. But here we can also take example of diamond, because diamond, it is also a form of carbon, so diamond can also, we consider diamond as a non-metal because it comes under non-metal category only, because it is allotrope of carbon. So diamond is also very shiny, very lustrous, so here you can write the name of diamond also. But iodine is more preferable. We can take example for this one is iodine, because iodine is actually an element. Next is the melting and boiling point. Melting and boiling point, actually what melting and boiling point, it is the amount of heat which is needed to break the bond present between the two atoms. Okay, so here because most of the non-metal exists in the form of gases, so it means that here the force of attraction and the bond which is present between the two atoms is not as much strong as in case of metal. That's why here the melting point and boiling point of non-metal is generally low. Next, electrical and thermal conductivity. Electrical means electricity, thermal means heat. Here non-metals are generally bad conductor of heat and electricity. They are taken as the poor conductor of electricity due to non-availability of free electrons. Actually, free electrons are responsible for the conduction of electricity. Okay, whenever we are having any of the free electron present, like metals generally have free electrons, and because of that metals are called to be as good conductor of heat and electricity. But non-metal, they do not have free electron, that's why they are called to be as bad conductor of heat and electricity. But here also we have exception, that graphite, it is taken as the good conductor of electricity. Why? Because graphite, it is an allotrope of carbon, that's why it is also a non-metal. So due to the presence of one free electron in case of graphite, or one free bond in case of graphite, they are able to conduct electricity and allow the electricity to flow through it. That's why graphite is taken as good conductor of electricity. But rest all the non-metals are bad conductor of electricity and heat. Malleability and ductility. What do you mean by malleability and ductility? It is the property in which any of the substance cannot break. Like metal, whenever we are beaten metal with a hammer, then metal do not break. It either get converted into sheet or can be drawn into a wire. But here whenever we are hammering non-metal, it simply breaks into small pieces. That's why non-metals are called to be as brittle. They are not malleable nor ductile. They are brittle in nature. Density means what? It is mass per volume. So as compared to the metal, non-metals have low density. Why? Because here the reason is that they exist mostly in the molecular form. Okay, in which number of atoms are linked by covalent bond. Mostly they exist in the form of molecule, like always whenever seeing any of the non-metal, oxygen, it exists in O2 form, nitrogen exists in N2 form. We have never seen means if we are taking example of O, singly O is very highly unstable, that's why it cannot exist in this form. They generally exist in their molecular form. So that's why whenever any of the element make bond with itself, then this bond is called to be a covalent bond. That's why they have low density, because as the size increases, then the density is going on decreases. Density is actually what? Density is equal to mass per volume, means volume increases, density decreases, or volume decreases, density increases. Next property we are having, which is not given there, melting point, already we have discussed. Malleability, sonoricity. Sonoricity is what? It is the property in which it is having the tendency to produce musical sound. Like metals, they are able to produce musical sound, because of that only they are used for making bells, instruments. But non-metals, they do not produce any pleasant sound, that's why they are not sonorous. Okay, rest all thing we already have discussed about the properties of metals and non-metal. Here we are having difference between metals and non-metals on the basis of physical property, that is state. Metals generally exist in the form of solid except mercury. Non-metal exist in all the three forms, that is gaseous and solid and liquid. Lustrous, metals are generally lustrous, non-metals are dull surface. Conductivity, metals are the good conductor of heat and electricity, whereas non-metal are poor conductor except graphite. Density of metals is generally high, but density of non-metal is generally low. Hardness, metals are usually hard except sodium and potassium. They are very soft that we can cut with a knife also. Metals are hard because metals exist in the form of solid. Non-metals are soft because they exist in the form of gases mostly. But here also we have exception, that diamond is taken as the hardest substance. Next is sonoricity. Metals are generally sonorous, but non-metals are non-sonorous. Malleability and ductility. Metals are malleable and ductile. Non-metals are not malleable nor ductile. They are brittle. Melting point and boiling point of metals are high, but melting point and boiling point of non-metals are usually low. Allotropy means metals normally do not exist in allotropic form, but many non-metal exist in the allotropic form. Allotropes means here these are the form of any element. Like element, they are having same chemical property, but physically they exist in different form. Like carbon. Carbon can exist in the form of coal also, it can exist in the form of diamond also, it can exist in the form of graphite also. But chemically, when we are seeing the property of these all, when we are burning this, they all are going to produce carbon dioxide. Means chemically they are same, but physically they are having different existence, that is called as allotropes. Okay, so non-metals generally exist in the form of allotrope, but metal do not exist in the form of allotrope. Okay, so these are all about the metals and non-metal. For today we have this much only. In the next class we will discuss about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals, and something about metalloids also. Thank you so much students for hearing me.